Welcome to day 4 of our course redesign workshop experience sharing, a workshop that was conducted in 2019. Today we are on day 4 and we're going to develop teaching and learning strategies for our course. I still remain Irene Akite from the Faculty of Agriculture and Environment, and we are conducting we are looking at developing teaching and learning strategies for sociology and group dynamics for Bachelor of Science in Agriculture Year 3, and the course is meant to equip them with real-life skills in social analysis for agricultural development. At the end of the course, I expect to see graduates who are competent and skilled to collectively solve agricultural development problems. And as teachers, as lecturers, we are faced with different teaching and learning strategies that we need to employ, or that sometimes we employ in our day-to-day teaching and learning. Some of these methods include modeling, inquiry, brainstorming, problem-based learning approaches, Socratic dialogue, cooperation, and many other technologies. Others even don't have terms or names for them, but we employ them to ensure that we facilitate learning for our different learners. Now, we are faced with different learners at the same time who have different learning styles. Assuming you have all these learners, look at this picture. You have all these learners, you're supposed to ensure that each of them learn and get the skills that is required of them. As a teacher, what are you supposed to do? Given the different methods or approaches that we are supposed to apply. At the same time, we're also faced with different activities that we are supposed to carry out as lecturers. Remember, the condition is there are many methods we need to apply. Secondly, there are different students with different learning styles and approaches. And thirdly, you're also faced with a variety of activities that you're supposed to do to make this, to put together these teaching processes and make it more transformative for the students. As a lecturer, then, what will you decide? Will you decide to use only one strategy per class, or you'd like to use more than one strategy? I can testify that the best is to use more than one strategy. So I was able to meditate about this in my thinking process, and I said, yes, the best is to use a combination of strategies so that different learners with different learning styles are able to benefit from these learning strategies. For instance, I normally give a case that there are students who understand better visually. There are others who understand better by hearing. There are others who understand better by doing. Others do so by seeing. So this means that different approaches would then best fit different groups of students. I'd like to give an example that I've been, the examples that I've been using in sociology and group dynamics as a course. I have decided to group this according to the different learning outcomes. For instance, in cases where I expect students to relate the influence of individuals on society and vice versa to improve the lives of rural farmers, normally the learning strategies that I employ here are lectures, presentations, and then I would give students livelihood projects that are culture sensitive to help them read more, discuss more, and learn about this more. So in this case, as they present, they're able to improve on their communication skills. As they carry out livelihood projects, they're able to improve on their problem solving skills and as well critical thinking skills. And then secondly, on mentoring farmer groups effectively for improved service delivery as a learning outcome, I normally give students group work to specify or to discuss the implications of farmer organized groups on agricultural development. As they do this, they're learning teamwork spirit, they're learning other skills, communication skills from their friends and others. And then I normally don't want to forget about mainstreaming gender in extension service delivery because it brings out the component of gender. So in this case, I use lectures, I use group work, but I also encourage students to do poster designs. As they prepare an extension package, they can prepare and design this in form of a poster to enhance their learning, and also to know that as they use the poster, the farmers will be able to understand in a better way, and they're able to do these presentations. And this enables them to improve on their communication skills, the poster design skills, and many other skills that are associated to this. Now, the same applies to the different learning outcomes if we look at them one by one. And most of them, if you see from this, you can prove that there is a combination of methods, and others have actually used them, but I can describe them, but I can't mention them one by one. You can learn that the learning outcomes, learning assessments, and teaching strategies are interrelated. The learning outcomes drive the learning assessments, which later on drive the teaching and learning strategies. This implies that it's important that as we come up with actionable learning outcome, it's also important that we come up with different assessments, forms of assessments that are learner-centered and that will facilitate more learning for the students, as well as teaching strategies that will impact more skills on the learner. The three are related, and that implies that none of them can work independently without the other. So we need all the three in place for us to achieve the students that we want. And in summary, I would say that as teachers or as lecturers, we would like for our students to master core academic content. We would like for them to think critically and solve complex problems. We would like for them to communicate effectively, to work collaboratively, to learn how to learn, and develop academic mindsets. And I believe that with the right teaching strategies, with the right learning assessments and learning outcomes, we are able to achieve all of this, and we're able to have the graduates that we want, the graduates the employers are looking for, and the change agents that are able to create employment opportunities for others in our communities. I would like to thank you all for day one. Thank you for day two, day three, and day four of our experience sharing. And thank you so much for listening. Bye.